Hey there, podcast lovers. Looking for a fresh take on the world? Tune into Nikki's World, where we dive into everything hitting the headlines and chat about just what's on our minds. No filters, just real talk. Whether you're sipping your morning coffee or unwinding after a long day, Nikki's World is your go-to for genuine commentary on the real world. Subscribe now if you want to hear the real deal on what's going on. Join the conversation on Nikki's World, where every episode feels like catching up with an old friend. Don't miss out.
What's up, y'all? Let's do this.
Oh, hi guys, welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, we gotta talk about President Trump threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act on these leftist terrorists in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We gotta talk about why he needs to do this now, because if he doesn't do this, his legacy is tarnished. So we're gonna talk about that and so much more. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Ko-fi, guys. If you guys want to support, sponsor, donate, tip, and commission me on a modeling photo shoot. If you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, y'all, please hit that like, subscribe. Please give me a review. Good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have a bunch of affiliate links. First off is Minds.com. Minds.com is a Connecticut-based social media platform. They are an awesome alternative to Facebook. So if you guys value your right to freedom of speech like I do, and you guys want to be able to say stuff without fear of being blocked, suspended, or deplatformed by the left, well then, guys, head on over to my friends at Minds.com. Also, guys, I do have the most awesome, and I mean most awesome affiliate link with Byrna.com. Byrna.com is the less lethal self-defense company, guys. They make their top-of-the-line Byrna SD, Byrna LE, TCR, Mission 4, and their newest, guys, the compact launcher. As you all know, in today's climate in America, where you have leftist agitators, leftist protesters, and leftist lunatics who want to get in your face because of your political opinions, viewpoints, and belief, having a burner like this will be a great equalizer. So if you guys want to protect yourself and defend yourself, and you want to exercise your Second Amendment rights, but you want to do it in a less lethal manner, well then, ladies and gentlemen, head on over to my friends at Byrna.com. Also, guys, I do have the most awesome, and I mean the most awesome affiliate link with North Shore Medical Supply. North Shore Medical Supply, they make their top of the line North Shore Mega Max diaper, North Shore Supreme pull up, their Eterna boosters, guys. So if you know somebody out there who needs to wear adult diapers, who needs to be put in adult diapers like me, guys, well then, send them on over to my friends at North Shore Medical Supply, and they will make sure that they are diapered up and padded up as always. And before we get this show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, can you please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today? Oh yeah. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That was a dang mouthful. That was, oh yeah, that was a mouthful. Yeah, that was. And yes, guys, I am diapered up as always. I'm in my North Shore Mega Max diapers with my Eterna boosters. And I have my onesies from this company that like closed down called Little's Laboratory. I don't think they exist anymore, but they made good onesies. So anyway, guys, I'm diapered up, padded up. Let's get on with the show, shall we? So this morning, guys, I want to talk about this article, and I got a couple articles that are talking about the central theme here. Trump's threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act to deal with the leftist liberal terrorists. And quite frankly, guys, that's what I call them, leftist liberal terrorists in this country, because they basically are trying to impede ICE from doing their job, from doing what they are lawfully ordered to do, which is to remove illegal immigration, illegal immigrants, people who don't belong in this country, and people who should not be in this country in the first place. The left, to them, they support the illegal immigrants. They give them everything because you know why? Without the illegal immigrants, they have no power. They have no congressional district. They can't have Washington with congressional seats. So essentially, ladies and gentlemen, the left is trying to fight tooth and nail to keep the illegal immigrants in this country, but we're removing them because you know why? They don't belong in this country. They need to go. They need to get the fuck out for all I care. And many of the illegal immigrants that the left is protecting, ladies and gentlemen, are what? People who come from mental institutions, prisons, okay? Many of them are wanted criminals in their home country, but have escaped to America to hide from the criminal justice system. Many of them are terrorists. Yeah. So why is the left protecting these people? Okay. Makes me wonder, why is it? The fact is, these people don't belong in this country. Many of them that are caught by ICE, Border Patrol, or federal law enforcement, they have criminal charges pending in their home country, but are fleeing to America to hide from the criminal justice system or from the criminal charges that they have in their home country. The left is protecting them by saying, oh, no one's illegal, no borders in this bullshit. Yeah. But the problem is right now in Minnesota, okay? I'll read you this from the New York Post. Threatens to invoke the Insurrection Act if Minnesota won't stop violent ICE rioters. I'll read you the headline. I'll read you the headline from this article. Okay, first paragraph. President Trump on Thursday threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act against Minnesota if the state declines to stop rioters from attacking ICE officers, under the Insurrection Act, the president can deploy the military and federalize the National Guard in response to civil disorder or armed rebellion against the U.S. government. If the corrupt politicians of Minnesota do not obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking patriots of ICE who are only trying to do their job, they will institute the Insurrection Act, which many presidents have done before, and Trump warned on Truth Social. Basically, guys, these leftist terrorists and agitators, and I said this on my last episode, they are pushing us towards a civil war. They are pushing us into a civil war in this country. We are essentially, ladies and gentlemen, one fucking crisis away from a full-blown civil war. Okay? Whether it be a death of a federal agent, a death of an illegal immigrant, or a death of a patriot, or a leftist liberal terrorist, we are one fucking crisis away from a full-blown civil war. From a cold civil war during the last 4 years of the Brandon, aka Joe Biden, the Pino administration, to now a risky civil war. Okay? We're heading into a hot civil war here. And as I said many times to the leftists, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you this, guys. Once we cross that line into civil war territory, if the left thinks that they can take on ICE, federal government, or the patriots, or the Americans in this country, they're in for a whirlwind. And I apologize, guys, if you guys heard that alert on my email. I do apologize that. But I'm going to say this. We are one crisis away from a full-blown civil war. We really are. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen. I will say this. The day we cross that red line into political violence and civil war, there's no going back, ladies and gentlemen. There's no, I didn't mean to do this. You cross the line, we're finishing it. I'm going to say this plain and clear to the left. You cross that line into political violence and civil war territory, the Americans, the patriots of this country, are going to finish it. And when we finish it, left, you're not going to like the results in the end. I'm telling you, you may not like the results because in the end, you're probably going to be hunted down to extinction. Everyone, including from the U.S. government to American patriots, gonna want to hunt you down and throw you in the fucking deepest hole the federal prison system has for you. This is a warning to y'all. Don't cross that line. Okay? Don't make Trump invoke the Insurrection Act. Because once he does, the gloves come off. Okay? The gloves come off. Before the federal government comes down on your ass. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, and I've said this many times, I would not be surprised if we brought back the 9/11 Patriot Act law. If we brought that back, the left in this country is done. They're basically getting their asses spanked and then getting tossed in the federal prison, and they're never going to see the fucking light of day. The problem with these leftist agitators, the problem with these leftist insurrectionists, they're pushing towards political violence. They're pushing it. And I'm telling you this. Because I'm telling you, once the bear has had enough and wakes up, your ass is grass, in my opinion. Your ass is grass. Because I'm going to just say this firmly and clearly. Your ass is grass once the bear has had enough. Because I'm going to tell you this, poking at the federal government, poking at patriots, poking at Americans who voted to remove the illegal immigrants. You're poking it. Because I'm telling you this right now, we're going to get to a point when we've had enough. We're coming for you. We're going to be coming after you. And you better hope that either the federal government saves this country or we throw it to the dumpster for all we care. Because I'm telling you right now, poking the bear is like poking President Trump. The left is poking the bear as an analogy. The left is poking the bear because I'm telling you, soon as that bear has had enough, and when they come down swiftly on you, trying to the legacy media saying, oh, Trump is being mean, being this and this. You poke the bear. You start this mess. And then what do you think is going to happen? Get stopped for it. Crying to the liberal media. If you go crying to the liberal media, I'm going to laugh at your ass so badly that you may never come out of your mama's basement for the rest of your fucking God-forsaken life. You may never. But I'm telling you right now, even on Gateway Pundit, Trump warns that if corrupt Minnesota politicians don't stop the attacks on ICE agents, he will invoke the Insurrection Act. Same thing on the Daily Wire. Same thing on Breitbart. Okay? Same thing on WorldNet Daily. We're getting to this point, ladies and gentlemen, that poking the bear and the left poking the bear and stirring its nest, there's going to be a point where everyone, including me, are going to get fed up with the left, and we're going to want retribution because we're getting sick and tired of all these leftist terrorists, like basically causing mayhem, causing violence, impeding and obstructing federal law enforcement from doing their job. You know, I often wonder if you like the laws in this country, how come the left isn't telling their Democrat politicians to change it? How come? Oh, wait, because the Democrats aren't in power, so they would rather resort to political violence. You wonder why, ladies and gentlemen. You wonder why the left is pushing us into that direction. And this announcement from Trump today saying that if they keep this, he's got no choice but to invoke the Insurrection Act. I'm telling you right now, we are inching closer to Trump invoking the Insurrection Act. And if he does, no lawfare can't stop this shit. No lawfare can't stop it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if the left continues to do what it's doing and Trump has no choice but to invoke the Insurrection Act, the left will never ever fucking recover from this. They will never ever recover. They will be so annihilated, so humiliated that to show their face, they would be ridiculed for eternity. They would. I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you this right now, guys. Trump is like the bear. the left is like an idiot poking the bear. Sooner or later, Trump's going to get sick and tired of these leftists, and he's going to unleash the Insurrection Act, Cash Patel, the DOW, Pam Bondi, Christine No. And when they go after you guys, don't come crying saying that, oh, the government, Trump being mean, Trump being mean, oh, Trump threw me in jail, it was horrible, I need PTSD. Don't come crying, because I'm going to just say like this, you did it to yourself, you own up to it. It's called responsibility and accountability. Something the left has never understood. Something the left has never, ever understood. They think that accountability and responsibility is something that the right does. I'm going to say like this. Doesn't work like that. Accountability and responsibility works both ways. And the left is going to learn that one way or the other. Okay? They're going to learn that one way or the other. But I'm telling you right now, we're one crisis away from Trump invoking the Insurrection Act. And I would not be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. I would be shocked out of my diaper and onesie if Trump imposes martial law and goes after the liberal terrorists, the Democrats, the leftists, the commies, and the Antifa types. I would not be surprised if we go from invoking the Insurrection Act to full-blown martial law and the crackdown on the left so badly. I would not be surprised if we go to that level. Because I'm telling you this right now, we're getting to that level. We're getting to that point. It's only a matter of time before they poke the bear hard enough. And when they poke that bear hard enough and that bear wakes up and brings that claw, that big, huge paw with a claw, don't come crying to the American public saying, Trump being mean to me. Oh, he threw me in jail. Now I get PTSD. I'm gonna tell you like this. You did it to yourself. Now you're gonna get the root of consequences. Okay? Now you're gonna get accountability, which is something that your mommy and daddy should have taught you. But I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna get to that point with the left. Because I'll give you an example. Leftists now are targeting anyone who drives an SUV because they think in their mentally ill head that anyone drives an SUV is an ICE agent. And I'm like this. So I drive a Subaru Forester. Do they consider me an ICE agent? Because it's an SUV. So if anybody drives a GMC Suburban, okay, consider them an ICE agent. If it's just a husband and wife with kids, do they consider them to be an ICE agent? Because somehow in the leftist lunatic mind that anybody who drives like a government type vehicle, even if they don't work for the government, that they think that they're ICE agents. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you this. This is why I carry my Byrna LE with me. I carry my Byrna LE with me no matter where I go. Because if I had to confront these leftist lunatics, my Byrna LE is coming out and is basically going to basically school these people. Because I'm telling you right now, the left thinks that they're invincible, and it's like a teenager who thinks that they're all big and bad, they're invincible, that they're never going to face consequences and accountability. But I'm telling you this, we're not in the last 4 years. They're going to face it, and I'm telling you, the process is the punishment for the left. Because the fact that they're going to be facing criminal charges, they're going to be facing federal charges, not state, okay? Not state, federal, which means the federal courts are going to be more harsher than the state. So I'm telling you this right now. This is why I carry a Byrna LE, because to deal with the lunatic left, even if you were just minding your own business, like doing nothing, but you get caught up in their protesting and all that, where they block traffic and impede your right to get on with your life. This is why I carry a Byrna LE. My Byrna LE has what? The Byrna Max rounds, which is tear gas and pepper spray, and it has the hard plastic kinetic round, which if you get hit by the kinetic round, it's like the equivalent of getting hit from New York Yankees, the Dodgers, or the Red Sox pitcher. It's like getting hit from them. So this is why I carry it, because I tell you what, I carry it to defend myself against these lunatic leftists or these Karens. I carry it. And this is why I've always advised everyone in this country, carry something to defend yourself. Because the way the lunatic left is right now, where they're going after ICE agents or anybody who dresses up like an ICE agent, you might as well carry something to defend yourself. Whether it's a bigger, less lethal pistol, or if you live in a state that allows it, like a Glock or a Smith and Wesson, Colt or Sig, carry something to defend yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now: the lunatic left, they don't believe in this concept of like consequences and repercussions. But they're gonna face it whether they like it or not. But I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, the way the lunatic left is right now in this country, you could be going anywhere, okay? And then if you dress like an ICE agent, even though you don't work for them, the left automatically assumes you're them without looking. But then at this point, you got something to defend yourself, whether it's a pistol, whether it's a less lethal pistol like a Byrna, but you have something to protect yourself. Because I'm telling you right now, the left don't give a shit. They think doxing and like putting like camera phone up in your face is gonna make you back down. I tell you what, you put a camera phone in my face, I take that camera phone and throw it so hard, so far and so hard that by then it'll crack in so many million pieces. And if you come at me in my face, that's where my Byrna LE comes out and tells you to back off. And if you continue, that's when I unload the entire magazine right on you. And if you get hit with the kinetic and pepper and you cry like a sorry shit you are, you get what you deserve. You really do. But I'm telling you this right now. Keep poking the bear. Poke the bear. Well, I'm telling you. Poke the bear. Stir the hornet's nest. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. You keep doing this shit, At this point, I'm going to just say like this. Once we've had enough and we lash out at you, don't come crying that we're mistreating you, because we're gonna point the mirror in front of you and say, you did this to us. Now you get what's coming. I'm telling you, don't poke the bear. Don't make Trump invoke the Insurrection Act, because if he does, don't cry to your liberal media or your legacy media pals that Trump's being mean because you wanted to obstruct, impede, and block ICE from doing their job. Don't go crying, because I'm gonna be laughing at your sorry ass and say, you got what you deserve, and you get what you deserve. You really do. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you keep doing it, you're gonna keep getting what you're getting. And quite frankly, guys, I think Trump should invoke the Insurrection Act anyway. Trump should send the Marines in there, and instead of sending just troops, just send like armored personnel carriers. That alone will make the left think twice. That alone is enough to deter them. Because all you have to do is point the turret right at them, not even fire, just pointing it at them will make them back down. Because they know if Trump gives them the order, that's it. They're done. They're finished. But having that APC there is like a big dog. And it's like having a pit bull saying, keep poking, keep doing your shit. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if we unleash this pit bull on you, no, that's how we're gonna look at it. That's how we're gonna look at it. But I'm telling you right now, the left is basically poking the bear. It really is. It really is. Anyway, I want to talk about this yesterday. Senator Josh Hawley basically laid the perfect trap for the trans cult left. Okay? The trap is that he had this doctor, this gynecologist, okay, and she gives her leftist spiel about gender, sex, how there's no male or female, and Josh Hawley laid the perfect trap. He said like this: can men get pregnant? Okay, what is the definition of a man and a woman? The fact that the left can't define what a man and a woman is okay saying that men can be women, men can get pregnant, men can get periods, but they can't define what a woman is? This gynecologist who thinks that men can get pregnant, men can get periods, her medical license should have been revoked the minute that testimony was over. Her medical license, her DEA drug prescription privileges should have been revoked in a heartbeat. It should have. Because I'm going to tell you this one from One America Network. Gynecologist at the Senate abortion drug hearing refuses to answer the question, men get pregnant. Read the headline from this. An Atlanta-based OBGYN's response to Republican lawmakers' question of whether a biological man can get pregnant during the Senate hearing on chemical abortion drugs went viral online. A Senate Health, Education, Labor, Pension Committee hearing titled Protecting Women Exposing the Dangers of Chemical Abortion Drugs was held in the Durkin Senate office building on Wednesday, where Senator Josh Hawley had nearly 5-minute long exchange with Dr. Neisha Verma, a senior advisor to the Physicians for Reproductive Health. Verma first dodged the question when posed by Senator Ashley Moody, opting instead to correct the Congresswoman that she would like to be called Doctor and not Miss. Okay? And then Hawley did not let her obfuscate again during his follow-up. So the fact of the matter is, you got this OBGYN who treats women for reproductive issues and pregnancy, but then basically understand that men can't get pregnant. Men can't give birth through their penis. Men can't. But yet, she's okay with men claiming that they're women, or she's okay with the idea that men can get pregnant, men can give birth, men can menstruate, or whatever. This is why I say this. This is why the transgender left is basically on its deathbed. They have no wiggle room anymore. They can't gaslight the living effing fuck out of you anymore, because you know why? Their Darvo tactics have no effect anymore. Because here's the thing. People see and can never unsee it. People see that you got biological men who claim to be women, and you got these little women carrying the water of the trans cult, saying that, oh, men can get pregnant, men can give birth, men can have periods. But yet, can answer the question. Can men get pregnant? Can't. And then the other day, you got the Supreme Court hearing where the two trans cases, one in West Virginia and Idaho, Justice Alito laid the perfect track for the ACLU. And the ACLU walked line and sinker. Okay? They walked right into a trap that now is aired for everyone to see. We asked the ACLU lawyer, okay, what is the definition of a woman? And the ACLU lawyer came up with a definition of a woman in front of justices, mind you, in front of Justice Alito. That, ladies and gentlemen, we all know where they're voting this on. Okay, we all know the conservative justices there, including Clarence Thomas. We all know where this is going. Okay, we all know where this is headed. But the fact that the ACLU, who often defends biological men and boys who claim to be women, can't define what a woman is in front of Justice Alito, that there you know that society has gone. They've gone off the deep end. That they, with defending biological men and boys who claim to be girls, but yet can't identify or can't define what a woman is, but yet they're comfortable in defending boys and men who claim to be girls and women, but yet can't paint a definition of what a woman is. I'm telling you right now, we all know where this Supreme Court case is going. We all know where it's going. And it's going in a direction that we know that I'm going to tell you right now, we know where this case is going. We know where it's going. We know where the justices are going to vote on this. We know because Justice Alito laid the perfect trap, and the ACLU walked into it, hook, line, and sinker. And now they got nothing to stand on. Same thing with Josh Hawley did to that Atlanta-based gynecologist. Laid the perfect trap, and she walked right into it. She walked right into it right there, hook, line, and sinker. They walked into that trap so elegantly that I was like this. That was so savage that these people would say that, oh, men can be women, men can get pregnant, men can have periods, men can give birth, but yet they can't identify or they can't a definition of what a woman is, or they can't say that men can't get pregnant. They have to say that men this, men that, because they're carrying the water of leftists and the trans cult. They are carrying the water for these people. But I'm telling you right now, Justice Alito and Josh Hawley laid the perfect trap for these people. And the trap was set. They fell for it. It's like rats who try to get cheese out of the trap, but the trap snaps on their tail or on their head. They fell for it. They fell for it. And now everyone in this country can now see and hear that the ACLU can't define what a woman is. And you got this Atlanta gynecologist can't even say that men can't get pregnant. But she's comfortable with saying men can get pregnant, men can give birth, men can give periods. Makes me wonder, man, what medical school, what hospital trained this person? That's what I'm thinking. My thinking is like this: if you're a doctor treating me and you can't tell the difference between a man and a woman, or you can't define what a woman is, I'm gonna just say like this: you shouldn't be touching my body. It's that simple. If you can't define what a man is and what a woman is, you got no business in being in medicine whatsoever, in my opinion. You got no damn fucking business being in medicine. You basically need to be like kicked out, your license revoked, your prescription privileges should be revoked if you can't define what a woman is or what a man is. Quite obviously, the ACLU couldn't define what a woman is. We laid the perfect trap, and you know what? They fell for it, and they fell for it. And every mother knows it. He knows that they can't define what a woman is. They can't say straight up to their face that men can't get pregnant, even though they drink the liberal Kool-Aid. They can't. They can't. But you know what? They fell for the trap. And this is one of those that was the perfect trap. I was like, that was so good because you know where this is going to head. You know where the SCOTUS case is going. You know where the votes are going to be. Because we all know the liberal justices are probably going to vote with the ACLU, but we all know the conservatives overwhelmingly have overwhelming majority vote in SCOTUS. So we all know where this case is going to be. My opinion, there should be a 9-0 flat right there. But we all know it'll probably be like what a 6-4 6-4 or 7-3. But my bet is right now, we all know where this is headed. We all know where this is going. But I'm telling you right now, ooh, ooh, that was brutal. That was beyond brutal. But I'm telling you, man, they both fell for the trap, and they fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. They really, really do. They really do. Anyway, guys, I want to talk about this before we end the show for today. I know on February 2nd, Dan Bongino's podcast show comes back on Rumble and on all your podcasting hosting platforms. Dan Bongino is going scorched earth on these on the grifters, the black pillars, basically people on both sides, especially on the right. We have grifters and black pillars. So does the left. So we equally have our own black pillars and grifters. Dan Bongino has essentially declared war on these people, especially on the grifters, especially on the black pillars. He has essentially declared war, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is going to get butt fucking ugly, okay? From February 2nd, when he goes on the air for his 2-hour debut, you know everybody, including you, me, and everyone, is going to be glued to watching it on Rumble and listening to it on our favorite podcast like platform. But I'm gonna tell you this: after the show, I will give you my critique on his debut, and I want to hear what he has to say about his time in the FBI. Okay, what he knows about what's going on in the Trump administration and all that. I want to be able to hear all that stuff, guys. I really, really do. But I will say this, guys. Dan Bongino coming back to the podcast show circuit will probably kick Joe Rogan to the curb. Will probably go scorch earth on the black pillars, the grifters, the rhinos, and the Democrats. There's gonna be a retribution like no tomorrow. And I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, the left is in for a whirlwind. The left is literally probably shaking in their diaper right now and probably going like this. Oh shit. They're in for a world of shit. And I'm going to say like this to the left. I hope you have a change of diapers, because once Dan Bongino goes back on the microphone, y'all fucked. y'all are fucked beyond fucked. Y'all are so fucked that you better have a change of diapers when he comes after you guys. Okay? And if you want my personal opinion, guys, I think Dan Bongino is the successor to Rush Limbaugh. I think Dan Bongino is the successor, or like basically he was the next in line to take the golden microphone. He was. And to me, I think it squarely squares where he belongs. Okay? That's why I believe, in my opinion, Dan Bongino is a successor to Rush Limbaugh. All right? I really do. I really do. Wow. That was a good long show for y'all. That was a really, really good long show. And before we end the show today, guys, I just want to let y'all know I'm heading back into grad school. The spring semester has started. So I'll be like really tight and busy with classes. At the same time, guys, I'm trying to look for work that pays more than what I'm currently being paid at. But hey, I'm looking, but you know how it is. I live in a blue state where jobs are hard to come by and it gets very picky and very selective and all that. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now.
You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.